I'm Abiero from Bamburi Ward, Kisauni Sub-County in Mombasa County. I am a GBV, I'm a GBV champion based in Bamburi. So I deal with young mothers and teenage girls. During COVID-19, they were going through sexual and gender-based violence challenges. A lot of girls were being defiled. Women were going through intimate violence, partner violence, and that is when I started to support them. When I engaged some of them, they told me that the challenges that they're facing are being caused maybe by poverty, the rate of poverty, and also lack of sanitary towels. So I started supporting them with sanitary towels to make sure that they don't trade sex for guns. I learned about JISRA program through one of the forums at the Assistant Chief's office. And then the Kikoske team identified me as one of the key pillars in the community. And that is when they got me in, and they gave me some trainings. After being trained, I learned that SGBV cases are not supposed to be handled at home. They're not supposed to be handled at the village level, because before the training, there was a Wamita used to have what we have kangaroo courts. Kangaroo courts is whereby the victim and the perpetrator meet, they negotiate, and then the victim's family is being compensated, given some little money and maybe a leso to cover up. So after the training, I learned that these cases are supposed to go to court so that the victim can get justice. One case that I can talk about is of a young girl that was back in 2022. This girl came from Chonyi. Chonyi is in Kilifi County. This was a school girl who had just joined Form 1. And she was talking to a young man that he had not met before. And they kept on communicating. And one day, the young girl invited her to Bamburi. So when this young girl came, a neighbor called me and told me that there's a school girl who has gotten into a house owned by a young man. When I got there, they were seated on the bed. I had to inform the police. The police responded quickly, took the girl and the boy to the police station. The girl had to write her statement. The following day, the boy was taken to court, accused of human trafficking with intentions to defile. The girl's family were informed, and they took the girl back to Chonyi, while the boy was detained at Shimolatewa prisons, and the boy was found guilty, and he was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. The girl was able to go back to school. The girl is now in her fourth form, and I have been following her, and she's doing well in school. That is something that I can say that to me, it was a success story. Maybe she could have ended up being pregnant, getting STIs, or even HIV, but I saved this girl. The story of that young girl from Chonyi gives me hope, even to rescue other girls. They started to report. Yes, they started to report the cases, and even they could come out as witnesses. They could even go to court, witness, and some could even help me, or even help the police with the investigations. So a lot has changed, and women are now strong. They can now fight for their rights because they know that there is nothing for us without us. I work with the Kimbeni police station, and their response has been well. They are so cooperative. In general, I can say that they have been so supportive. As a woman, I know that women, we are the backbone of the society. And women, we are the givers of life. We nurture. And when the life of a young girl is misused, it means that we may not have the next generation of women. We need to talk to our girls about sexual and gender-based violence, We need to introduce sex education early enough to our girls. We need to make our girls know who they are and what they want. We also need to create a conducive environment that can enable our girls to share everything and anything without fear of being judged or without being victimized.